Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, from wherever you're watching us from. Welcome to the Mkusa debates, and this is the academic ministry docket. We hope that throughout this debate, you're going to be informed, and through our questions, we are going to help you understand your aspirants better, get your questions answered, and possibly help you know who is better suited for the position of the academic minister in Mount Kenya University. We have a live audience that will be given an opportunity to ask questions later on. And gentlemen, welcome. I hope you've been briefed of the rules of the debate. Have you? It was sent to you, but it's okay. So kindly introduce yourselves from OPERE. Introduce yourself. Kindly hold your mics, all of you. Introduce yourself. And any other thing you'd like the comrades to know about you.
Thank you, everyone. I'm Julius OPERE. I'm also called Oko. That's my name. I'm a student here taking a Bachelor of Medicine and Bachelor of Surgery.
Is your mic on?
It is now.
Okay.
Thank you. Sorry for that. I'm Julius OPERE. I'm also called Oko. That's my surname. I'm a student taking Bachelor of Medicine and Bachelor of Surgery, MBCHB. That's in the College of Health Sciences Medical School. I'm an aspirant vying for the position of the academic secretary, and I am a leader because I am for and by the people. Thank you.
BUNDI?
Thank you so much. I go by the name by Elijah, 2.2 year, student pursuing a diploma in community oral health, and also a leader, who is ready to serve the comrades. Thank you.
Clinton?
Okay. Hello, majestic comrades. I greet you wherever you are. My name is Clinton Chiruyot, 3.1 student pursuing Bachelor of Education Science, combination of biology and chemistry. I am hereby telling you that I am an aspirant for the position of academic secretary position. Thank you so much.
And my name is Ayeta Naomi Akinyi. Welcome to the Mkusa debates, the docket of the academic minister. Kindly indulge us in our social media platforms. I believe we're live on TikTok and YouTube. In the comments, write down your questions and they will be answered. So let us dive right into it. Do you have any leadership background from OPERE?
Yes, I do. I have been a leader since 2010 when I was in class 4, back in primary school. I was a class rep since class 4 up to class 8 that I sat for in 2014 and 2015 both. I've been a leader since Form 1, 2016 till 2019 when I joined Agoro Sare High School. I was a class rep from Form 1 to Form 3, then to Form 4. In Form 4, I served as the dining hall captain. And I've been a class rep when I joined university. This is not my first time in the university, though this is not the first time. This is not the first university I'm joining. I was a student in another university, and there I even served in the delegate position and even as a class rep. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you so much for that. Well, Mbaye is a great leader, let me say. My leadership background began back when I was still in primary school. I have served as a class representative. I served as the bell ringer. That is why I'm always strict on time. I served as the deputy president, that is in class 7 and 8. That is during my lower primary days. And when we joined high school, I went to a school by the name Mweru Day Secondary School, where I vied and won for the academic secretary from Form 1 to Form 4. I led in that docket mercilessly, I believe. And when I joined campus...
Mercilessly?
Sure.
Mercilessly. Okay.
Meaning,
Uh-huh.
what I mean by this is without fear of any intimidation or any fear of being criticized because of anything. I was there to stand whenever there is something that that would hinder any student to access their services.
Opera, is that the correct use of that word?
It is not. It is not, because
Kindly enlighten us.
someone who leads mercilessly, that's dictatorship, if I can redefine it well. Meaning you lead without mercy. You're someone a leader should be someone who is gentle on the people that he or she leads. And if someone leads mercilessly, I don't think if the very right term to use. I'm sorry.
Bai, would you like to, is that an oversight on your end? Is it the wrong choice of word or?
Thank you. Let me first of all correct my fellow aspirant. When we talk of being merciless, it does not mean that you don't have that personality of being gentle. You don't have that personality of being there, being kind to people. That's why the students could elect me year and year, over and over again, for 4 years consecutively. Meaning, they could see something for them. They could see the thing that I could bring on the table for them.
In your high school, you were allowed to vie for such a position in Form 1?
Sure.
Okay. You can proceed with your introduction.
Thank you so much. So, when I joined campus, during my first year, I was elected as a class rep. I've been serving as a class rep since when I joined. On the same semester, we had school elections, and I managed to secure an organizing secretary, Docket, that is in Mount Kenya Dental Student Association.
Okay.
And in the position, I managed to interact with various leaders, various department heads. And on my second year, let me say, I was able to be elected as the Secretary General, Mount Kenya University, that is Dental Student Association. And that gives an history of leadership. Thank you.
Clinton?
First of all, allow me to correct my friend that just admit that it was a slip of tongue that you used the word mercilessly.
Thank you.
To answer your question about the leadership background.
Yeah.
I've been a leader both in academic platforms and even in our societal platforms. To start with academics, I began my leadership journey when I was in Standard 1, when I was appointed then by the class teacher to become a class rep, and I was re-elected when I was in class 2 until class 6 when I was a class rep. Class 7, I served as a environmental school rep in my primary school. When I joined high school, at first I was a bit nervous that I cannot run the position when I was in Form 1. At Form 2, I had known many students, many had known me, and from then, many pushed me to vie a position of Secretary General and sports captain. Then
You were pushed?
No, many students, because I used to interact with teachers. So the students who would like to go to games and perform their things there told me that, Clinton, you can do this thing for us. At least
so
you have.
Without them telling you to vie, you would not have vied?
I used to have that leadership urge, but because of their push, I also uh, told myself that I could be a leader. Let me also try, just like they have told me.
Okay, proceed.
From
How about right now?
from when I joined first year in
Mhm.
Mount Kenya University back then, 2024, there was this thing called delegateship. By then I didn't know about it, but I tried. When I tried, I won from School of Education, but School of Education, bets, delegates, and I won. I was a delegate, and I'm sure Mr. OPERE can attest that. And from then, I didn't engage in leadership, any leadership platform here in campus until last year when I applied for academics docket. To the societal platforms, I used to serve as a youth leader to my church members.
Okay.
Yes, back in the village. That is my leadership journey.
Okay. So, how will your leadership or how will you contribute to the mission of Mount Kenya University, which is to provide world-class education, research, and innovation from OPERE?
Thank you, Naomi. I hope I'm right on the name.
Yes.
Thank you. Education, learning doesn't involve only classwork. It's something that is diverse, and at the same time, university is very much oriented in research, and it's something that we should, personally, I believe, we should not just conduct research as Mount Kenya University students alone. We can always hold symposiums that we invite students from other universities. Personally, I take Bachelor of Medicine, and curriculum is same across all the 13 universities offering the same course nationwide. We should always hold symposiums. We should always call students from other universities, and at the same time, university should delve more in research work than the classwork ile yenye tunaenda tu pale, we do theory stuff and not research work most of the time. So that is it. So
you will involve research and benchmarking and
Sure.
Okay. By same question.
Thank you so much. Would you kindly pardon your question?
How will you contribute to Mount Kenya University's mission, which is to provide world-class education, research, and innovation?
Thank you. First of all, let me appreciate the management that they have already provided the best platforms for the students and also for each and every member of this great family, which is Mount Kenya University. I, as Mbaye Elijah, to the comrades, is we already have what it takes to ensure that the university and the students get the best. The problem comes in where we are not dedicated in contributing towards the development of the research itself.
Okay.
And first of all, before even implementing or deciding to hold any platform, you have to at least educate the people you have. Let them learn the importance of participating in such activities. From there, I am sure you can hold each and any other event. For example, I am from the Dental Society in this institution. And we always do have various activities. And all these activities, actually, they are the students themselves who contributes towards their growth.
Okay.
That is. And it is through we as leaders from the same department who ensure at least they acquire enough knowledge and understanding of why they should be taking part in such activities.
How do you intend to ensure that they acquire this knowledge or like create awareness on the same?
Thank you so much. First of all, we do have enough platforms. That is, we have enough platforms to ensure that the information gets to each and every student or each and every person who is in Mount Kenya University. For example,
Proceed.
we do have WhatsApp groups. We do have the university communications channel.
Okay.
And through that, I am sure each and every student here holds an email. And they all get emails each and every day, either from the communications office, from the registrar, academics, or any other department that needs to communicate. But most of the departments that do communication to the student directly are the communications office or the registrar academics. Meaning, through the communications, if there is an event which is to be held somewhere, it is easier for the entire population of Mount Kenya University to acquire the information they need. At least through that, it is easier to spread the information. It is easier to give access to the information the students needs. Thank you.
Okay, Clinton, same question.
Thank you. First, how I intend to promote the, you said, pardon?
World-class education, research, and innovation.
Okay, first of all, we are in a digital era. And because of that, we have the things to do with AI, to do with internet. Through such platforms, I'm intending to invite or inform the students or create awareness to students that they can utilize our internet resources within the school so that they can gather or they can do a research that entails a worldwide research. Because
on that note, sorry to cut you short, do you feel the internet in the institution is sufficient for all the students? The internet provided in the school?
Yes, sure, because
it is.
Yes, sure, because it has been installed everywhere within the fillers, even the computer or computer labs we have, even the library we have, because even this building block, we have one in the ground floor and the other one at the first floor, if I'm not wrong. We have others at the MLT block. Such things can be utilized because the students think that such computers are prohibited. Some think that it's not meant for them, but creating awareness that they can utilize such resources to do world-class research, they will be able to do so. And by so doing, the vision of the university for creating world-class education and research will be accomplished. Thank you.
Okay, Clinton, in your manifestos, you talked about reliable online academic systems. For the longest, our portals have been having issues, like our online system is not really efficient. And so many people have promised to work on it, and they keep saying, I will do. What strategies do you actually have, or have you put in place to ensure that you sort this issue once and for all?
Okay, the strategy I would use is to work with the MIS or the ICT department at the administration.
Do you believe the previous Mkusa academic ministers were not working with the administration?
They did.
But what was the problem?
There was no much interference with the online system because compared to when I joined first year 2024 and last year 2025, I saw difference.
Do you have something to say, Mbai?
Sure.
Proceed.
Well, when we talk of the online examination systems, this is a system and a very critical condition that the university really needs to address. And you have said that the system itself does function well. For me, or I as the incoming academic minister, how I will address the matter. The university, first of all, we should understand that the technology is advancing daily. And when the systems are advancing, it means everything should be put in place before any system is launched to be used by any student. Like, for example, the current student portal that you are using, it should have been tested, proven, to ensure whenever it comes to the students of Mount Kenya University, it defines them without errors. Because I have seen several cases whereby the students go sit for the exams. Once they have sat for the exams, they are expelled without having to do anything. From there, they are caught with the disciplinary cases. So, when addressing the matter of the online examination system, it's not an easy thing that you can just say you will address it with the MIS. Before the system is released from those offices, it should come to the students where it should have already been tested.
So
Its
the systems
capacity.
we are using have not been tested? Like we are given systems that have not been tested?
It is not that we are not given the systems that have not been tested. They are tested. But the capacity they hold should be adjusted to ensure each and every comrade, each and every student is covered, and appropriately to ensure that in each way, whenever you are sitting for your exam, whenever you are taking your cards, either it is a matter of being supervised or not, the system does not disqualify you in attempting to do what is right for you as a student. Thank you.
Okay. OPERE, same question. First of all, what do you think about our online systems? Is it effective?
Our online system is effective in certain conditions, in certain stuff, but not effective all around. You get? Because talking of exams, personally, I've done some exams online, though the common units. An example is communication skills. The surveillance is very okay. But the rules are too tight for students. One thing that should be done, because we are students in the university, we did pass, and before rules are made that affects us, I think we should be consulted.
Okay.
We should sit down with the administration, the student leaders, the students themselves, and even the administration. They need to give out their views on how the system should work, so that it's not too lenient on the students, it's not too tight on them, it doesn't affect the administration negatively.
So what changes would you personally advocate for? If there were to be changes on our online systems, what changes would you advocate for?
I want to give an example.
Okay.
When taking an online exam, of course, you need to open your camera. And I just heard recently, because my course, we've been taking exams physically. We've not been taking online exams on such units. I heard from students, because of course you have to get grievances from students. They tell you what's affecting them negatively. One did say that when maybe an insect passes behind you when taking an exam, the system, to some extent, can log you automatically. The system can detect you are cheating, and you are going to be subjected to disciplinary.
Yeah.
And so those are some of the things. At least there should be something that is too good for students, at least something that at least makes sense, not an insect, something like that. You see, that I don't want to call it being petty, but it doesn't favor the students. You get? So in such stuff, when taking an online exam, online exam, personally, I think that system should be rechecked. It should be remade again, and it should be very efficient, very favorable for the students, not too hard on the administration side. And that is it, because of course, the administration exists because the students are here.
We cannot deceive ourselves that we do not know how cunning students can be.
Sure.
And don't you think that is just a mechanism by the administration to ensure that they do not miss the mischief of students? If we make the system too lenient, don't you think we will be giving access to students to cheat?
One thing that now should be done in such a case, we should sit for online exams but on site.
Okay.
Online exams but on site, such that there are rooms, specific rooms, that at least there is no any other stuff that can happen inside the room that can be detected as a form of cheating. So, because personally, we've always done that. It's online and on-site.
Okay, before we proceed, I'd like to acknowledge the presence of the Election Commission. They're in the house. We will give them an opportunity later on to also interact with you. Now, I had asked a question on our online systems, but I don't know, maybe we're looking at it from different angles. You have talked about the exams and the rules of the online examinations, but I was addressing the issue of when the system is slow or when the system is down, and at times you find that you're trying to access your portal, you cannot access it because there is a system malfunction, and people have been saying, you know, I will take care of this issue, I will take care of this issue. If elected, how will you deal with the downside in the systems whereby you try to access your portal, you cannot. You try to log into the exams, at times you cannot. There are times that students missed exams because there was an issue in the system, I mean. So yeah, such issues, how do you intend to address them? From OPERE, this way.
Okay. You see, Naomi, what you said, that one shows that Mount Kenya is growing, because when our system was maybe made, it could accommodate all the students, and Mount Kenya knew that the system that they had made was very efficient for the students that they had by then. So that one shows growth. And now what should be done, the administration should adjust to the growth of the university. Because when a system is slow, that one shows that the system is clogged.
Okay.
There are too many entries, and Mount Kenya should readjust to that. The administration itself, the MIS department, should now sit down, and now, if in any case we are to get a new system, well and good, better. Yes.
Bye.
Thank you so much. First of all, let me appreciate the management for the good that they have done. Currently, they have introduced another system. And I think, or I believe, one of the main reasons to why they have adjusted the system and they have decided to turn into the new system is due to those very reasons. And these reasons are like the system clogging, whereby the students are very many maybe in there. Those logins are very many at a specific time. And actually, it has been a huge challenge. It does not actually favor what the students need, because you find out that, for example, during the exam results release, exams are released most probably on, in fact, they are released at 12. But every student will be there in the morning trying to access the system so that they can see what they have done for the past semester. But all this is not actually possible due to the system failure. So due to that, I think that's why, and I believe that's why the school itself has come up with a new system where they are trying to adjust, they are trying to ensure that students get better services. But that is not enough until when the students themselves come together and with one voice and say, for real, the institution has done us good, whereby whenever they want to access services, the institution, the system itself is there for them. And through that, we should all adjust as technology grows, because all this is a matter of growth. And by the end of the day, we would expect the best results out of it. Thank you.
Clinton?
Okay. What I will do to with the online system. At first, I said that I will work with the MIS. What I will do is to ask them to inform the students, or through me as the academic minister, to inform me so that I can inform the students that the certain days the systems or online systems will be worked on. For instance, when there is an online or the online system breakdown, let the MIS or the online system managers to inform us so that the students will boast on that day instead of logging in to do their exams or any other online work.
Okay, so are you aware of your roles? What is expected of you in case you are elected as the academic minister? According to the Mkusa constitution?
Sure.
Take us through them, OPERE.
Thank you. An academic secretary should be the link between the students and the administration.
Kindly be audible.
Thank you. I'm saying the academic secretary should be the link between the administration and the students' body. That is when maybe an information is to be relayed from the administration to the students. You act as the as someone who conveys the information. Again, you should always hold class rep meetings and get grievances of students that they do submit to their class reps. And from that, you take it to the administration. If it can be acted upon, well and good. And even from holding class rep meetings, it comes to a time when there should be public participation. You involve all the students and get what they complain of and submit it to the administration. And again, personally, I will be tasked by keeping reports. When maybe we hold a meeting with the class reps, minutes are taken. Personally, I'll keep the reports when we need to refer to the reports. Yes, I will. And those are just some of the roles, just to mention a few.
Okay. You have mentioned the class reps. And one thing that aspirants do almost every time when they're campaigning is to promise, you know. Class reps have been complaining about the issue of being reimbursed, the issue of being appreciated financially, and people often promise to, you know, look into it and, you know, I will do. What do you have to tell the class reps on the same issue?
That one forms part of my manifesto. Because I said when I was introducing myself that I've been a class rep somewhere, not here. And even in high school, we were being tokenized. We had a token every month of 1,000 shillings and even a kilo of sugar. And even in the other institution where I was, we were being paid at least 4,000 per month. So class reps do a lot of work. Furthermore, these are students. They work for students with the little they get from parents, and or even for the little they work for themselves. So personally, I will really lobby for that, because I know it's something that the university can always act upon.
Mary, do you have something to say on the same?
Sure.
Proceed.
Thank you so much. First of all, let me correct my fellow comrade and my fellow aspirant by telling him that it is practically impossible for you to tell us that the institution can chip in and pay the class reps. One, I have been a class rep here since when I joined Mount Kenya University. And I can surely tell you, I have attended various meetings. The same conversation has been there. And for you to promise us that the office of the academics will fight for the class reps to be paid, it is something which is not adding up. And what I'm sure of is through empowering these class reps, by giving them a platform to showcase what they have, to give them a platform where they can be able to address their issues without being ignored even in a single minute, it is the best thing you can do for them. Because
the most common grievance that class reps have, I don't believe they have so many issues. I've been a class rep myself, and I do not believe they have so many. The major issue is usually the issue of finances. So if you're telling us you will give them a platform for them to express themselves and get their grievances heard, which grievances do you want to tackle?
Thank you so much. Okay, when we talk of class reps and finances, yes, it's okay. But now, for you to say that during this period of 1 year that you have been given to serve as the academic minister, you can ensure each and every class reps gets something. It is almost practically impossible, because this is a matter that has been addressed before. It is not that we are going to approach it for the first time. What is there is to work with the administration to ensure at least each and every registered class rep at least acquires either airtime or something that will make them feel that they are worth being part of the class reps. For example, there is this system of offering certificates that has been actually implemented and it has been introduced. But now you find out that the people who are going to acquire those certificates, most of them actually are not class reps.
Thank you very much for bringing that up. We even have the system of T-shirts.
Sure.
We find very random students in T-shirts, yet these T-shirts are supposed to be given to class representatives. Sure. Why do you think this happens? Clinton?
I don't know why it happened, but if it's meant for class reps and school reps, then if I am elected as the academics minister, I will give them to the class reps and school reps if it's meant for the school reps. Because what is meant for Caesar, we give to Caesar. And what is meant for God, we give to God. But I don't know why.
Sorry. Let me cut you short. First of all, to be realistic enough, it is actually very hard for you to tell that you are going to award the class reps those T-shirts. It is actually almost impossible, let me tell you, because I have seen, it is something that I have experienced, and each and every other class rep who is out there has experienced. There are a lot, we always do discuss these matters in the groups. I have been a class rep, so when I'm addressing this matter of T-shirts or this matter of awarding certificates to the students, you find out that there is a tendency of bringing up those people who are closer to you to ensure that they are the people who get the first share, in which when we talk of the reality, are those people the ones responsible for the growth of the students, or the class reps are the ones who should be prioritized to ensure that everything runs smoothly? Well, this is my view and this is my take on this. When actually, since I have been there, I have seen. First of all, you should recognize each and every class rep who is ready to serve the students, because first of all, they actually do use their time, their airtime, to ensure that everything is coordinated and everything comes in order on time. So I believe through coming together during this meet, ensure that each and every class rep is recorded, and the class reps themselves are inserted into a system whereby this system itself confirms whether you have actually received what belongs to you as a class rep. The other thing, if we have 3 semesters in Mount Kenya University, whereby there is always a January intake, May intake, and the September intake. It means people are graduating in different times, whereby we have the August and the December intakes and December graduation periods. During these times, you will find out that there is, if you prioritize giving the people who are actually graduating a chance to receive those certificates, you should consider each and every student who has been a class rep who is graduating, either it may it be on August or December. This is a mistake that has been there. So I, as the next academic minister, I will ensure at least in each and every year, either you be a first year or a fourth year, whenever certificates are being awarded, you receive yours. Because through this, you will understand the commitment that one has gained. Because there is no way you can serve the students, yet there is no reward that you can get for the rest of the 4 years that you will be leading them until you are graduating. You need to show the steps of growth from one step to another. Similarly, we are, through these offices, we have a lot of activities that can involve class reps. If you involve the class reps in the right manner, you can actually affirm that by the end of the day, each and every class rep will have at least something to say. This office of the academic minister has made an impact in my life. Thank you.
Okay, Opere, you have something to say?
Yes, I do.
Please
yes,
proceed.
I do. I've heard my colleague Elijah say that class reps cannot be compensated by the school. That word cannot isn't right. Because personally, I always say, normally when we sit down and get to converse, we cannot lack a solution to a problem. We cannot lack a solution to a problem. And even the administration knows that this is something that has been there for long. What does a class rep need? They don't even need much. They only need maybe some small bundles and even some few minutes to converse to the lecturer and even confirm his or her attendance. And again, on the issue of t-shirts, I think what has not been happening right is the branding. We can change the branding, because personally I have 3 t-shirts branded MKU. All of them I bought at the bookshop. And there is no difference in branding in those t-shirts and those that are given to the class reps. So we can change the branding such that those t-shirts that are being given to the class reps are so unique.
Okay.
Sure.
Amazing.
Just a minute.
Okay.
Let me first of all correct you. I said it is practically impossible. I did not say the school cannot. It is practically impossible to impose a rule within a period of 2-3 semesters that the institution will actually manage to cater for each and every comrade who is a class rep. That is one. The other thing is, even if we change this matter of branding of t-shirts, that one does not mean that those people who have been prioritized before, they will not be prioritized.
No, this is where the difference should come in. If elected, you're claiming that those people, the previous ministers, were doing the same. So there should be a change if you're elected. So that shouldn't be a problem.
Sure.
If branding is changed, then the students can bank on you that those who are rightfully supposed to get those shirts will get them.
Sure.
Yeah, so we should not be going around, you know, saying, because right now we're talking as if you are the one who's going to be in that position.
Sure.
Amazing. Hypothetically speaking, a popular lecturer constantly is accused of harassment and unfair grading. What role does the Mkusa play without overstepping?
Come up again.
A popular lecturer constantly is accused of harassment and unfair grading. What role does Mkusa play without overstepping?
When maybe a lecturer is accused of unfair grading, I think before a disciplinary action is taken against the lecturer, there should be clear evidence that the students was unfairly graded. Because number one, they are not bookshops, but booklets. And these things are kept long enough. So the booklets can be rechecked to check the answers that the students did right. That's number one. And again, I didn't get your first point, but it's
Matters harassment.
Matters harassment, sure.
Yes.
This one has been always reported, by the way, even from my own college, from my own department. Things have been said a lot. And honestly, students talk, but they do not have a strong evidence to support what they do say. So number one, I think, before it happens, by the way, because it happens. Lecturers can harass. Lecturers can harass. They can harass someone, sorry to say, they can harass someone sexually. They can body shame. They can talk unfairly to students. That is also harassment. So we are in a digital era, and nowadays I even see our classrooms have been installed with CCTVs. And I think when such a stuff happens in a class, we can review our CCTVs, even though we don't have sound recorders in class. That one is also going too much. So we can recheck the CCTVs. We can provide evidence that this and this happened for me from our lecturers. Thank you.
So in an event where there is no evidence, but it actually happened, a student was harassed or like they were unfairly graded, but there is no evidence. Let's talk more of harassment actually, because harassment can happen anywhere, but there is no evidence. What then does Mkusa do to ensure that this particular student gets justice?
Number one, the school exists because of the students.
Okay.
It's very difficult to replace a student, but it's very easy to replace a lecturer. You get me? So, yes. So we can, if truly it happened, then we can let the lecturer go. A lot of lecturers are trained outside here. And of course, the administration exists because of the students. So if it happened, because more so, when a lady reports to the administration that she was harassed by a lecturer, honestly, give them a listening ear, because students have always complained, but honestly, to some extent, they have not been heard. Sure.
Bye.
Thank you so much. This I will give with a practical thing and something that I have seen. Well, I can give an example with one from my department. I won't actually give the name, but I will use as an example, whereby now we are talking of unfair grading. So there is one lecturer, actually, he used to teach anatomy 2. If medical students understand when we talk of anatomy, so he could come to class and each and every time be ready to tell us, hey, you know, I will ensure you fail. And for sure he did, because almost 90% of the students failed. So that one is something that, as a leader, I chipped in to address. And it is very easy to address some matters concerning the students as much as one is concerned. Because once given that opportunity to lead, it means you should also be responsible for each and every action that is being taken. And one thing that I would ask my fellow opponents, if they could actually give the procedure of changing or requesting a change of a lecturer from a certain course.
Pardon?
One, I would like to ask my fellow aspirants whether they would give us a procedure of trying to change a lecturer from a certain course. Clinton?
Well, he has asked us that to give the procedure of changing a lecturer.
I think it is. Just be audible.
Okay. Yes, he has asked us that to give the procedure of changing a lecturer. How is it possible that a student changes or replaces a lecturer? If I can still ask you the same question.
Elijah, your question, I think the procedure of changing a lecturer, I think that is the work of an administration. Honestly, that we can't involve students to hire a lecturer. It's the function of the administration, because these positions are always advertised. The institution advertises, and applicants do apply, and the best is recruited through interviews and such stuff. So asking us to give you the procedure of maybe changing a lecturer, when, you know, your question comes from what I said, that if an harassment happens to a student from a lecturer, we can always prioritize the students, and the lecturer will have to perish. And of course, that is what should happen, because I said well that the school exists because of the students. We can always hire a lecturer. If it happens, because these things we can't lie to ourselves, it doesn't happen. But when you ask us that we should give you the process of hiring a lecturer, honestly, we can't, you know, that is something that we can't give. But when we report to the admission will now work. There are now some functions that are beyond our control, even as students leaders.
Have they responded to your question?
Not yet.
Pass me that mic.
Well, let me first of all thank you all for giving me your responses. But what I'm sure of is everything is possible. And it is something that we have tried and tested and proven that it is possible.
Okay.
When I say this, is in our case scenario, we were able to change just through following the right procedure. And the right procedure is coming together as class reps from the department, because as part of the dental community, we always have our own class reps meetings. So we come together You come together as class reps, write a report for the same, and each and every class that is being taught by, by that lecturer, even from other department, you inquire whether it is the exact treatment they do receive. Through that, you can write a report, go to your department and ensure your report has been stamped, taken to the dean of your school. Once it has been taken to the dean of your school, from there you can push it forward to the dean of students. And from there, the matters actually are addressed very fast. Meaning, for a student to understand the challenges that students have been going through, you must have had a chance to stand before those students and address their matters directly. And I believe in each and every department, yes, there's nothing which is perfect, actually. Let me say, sorry to use the word nothing, but there never lacks somebody who actually drags everyone behind. But everything can be possible through using the right procedures to ensure everything is in place. Thank you.
Okay.
I think what Mbai is saying is the process of dismissing a lecturer, not the process of acquiring a new lecturer. Yes, that is what he has answered a question that he didn't ask. Because he asked that we should give the process of acquiring a new lecturer, not the process of dismissing a lecturer. Thank you.
Okay. Sorry. Once you have dismissed a lecturer, you expect learning to go on, right?
Yeah.
And once you don't have a certain lecturer, it means the school should respond with immediate effect, in which you should not take more than two, of which if you take a class today, maybe you'll take it the following week. It means by the time you come to sit for the next class, the school already has provided, because through the same channel that you have used, you push for a change, because at that time you are taking your proposal, at that time you are taking your grievances to the dean. It means you are ready for somebody new to you. Thank you.
I think, yes, so you've answered yourself well. You have mentioned the administration.
Sure.
And now you have answered yourself that the administration should now involve themselves in acquiring a new lecturer, because if we've dismissed one, classes can't go untaught. Of course, the lecturer should be replaced with immediate effect. And now that's where the administration comes in fully. Thank you.
Moving on. What is the most common academic complaint that is raised by students? Let me come again. What is the most common academic complaint raised by students?
Unfair grading. That is the very most academic problem, because someone always says that the much content they placed when they were maybe answering questions doesn't translate to the grades that they get. And now, but at times, this one happens when they have attained the pass mark. Like me, my pass mark is 50. But now, when I get 50, but the much work I placed when I was answering the questions, because when you answer something right, you know, honestly, I am. So they do complain of unfair grading.
And how do you think that issue can be sorted out?
One thing that should happen when an unfair grading happens, you know, at times, students haven't known the very right thing to do when an unfair grading happens. And at times, it happens such that when students do apply for remarking, by the way, they get the same marks, mostly the same marks they got initially. And this one happens because a new lecturer from the institution who doesn't want to maybe do bad to a fellow lecturer does mark, but now gives the same mark as the former lecturer who marked, so that it doesn't paint a bad picture on the first lecturer who marked. So when such a case happened, a student, number one, should know that they should apply for remarking. And when now remarking is applied for by a student, we should hire lecturers. Or we should take to them, of course, when we hire, we take to them booklets so that there should not be any communication between the first lecturer and now the lecturer who is doing remarking, but now not from MKU. So that at least we are sure that these were not genuine grades that the students should have gotten. Thank you.
Okay, bye.
First of all, before I come back to your question, I would like to quickly respond to my fellow, Julius OPERE, by telling him that there is no student actually who will say that whatever I wrote is not right. And trying to justify that actually poor grading always happen, it does not make sense.
Wait, let me ask you a question. Are you trying to imply that sometimes students lie about unfair grading?
Well, thank you for that. Sometimes you might find there are some cases, and some other times you will find that actually a student needs to score higher grades, yet there is nothing in their papers.
So you are confirming that students lie about unfair grading? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. I respond to my question now.
Thank you. So some of the challenges concerning the students and academics, it all lands with the time management.
Time management,
Sure.
explain.
Well, you might find out that you have been given classes from certain times, and different times actually, that is lectures. You are supposed to take a certain unit for a certain specific period of time, and the classes may be beginning late or even earlier. You find out that by the time you come to sit for your examinations, either you have not yet completed your coursework activity with the lecturer, and you are not prepared enough to sit for the paper.
Wait, whose fault is it that can you elaborate on what you were saying? Repeat what you said.
What I have actually said is that
time management, explain.
When we talk of time management, is this issue actually should be addressed accordingly from the management to the students.
Okay.
Whereby, if it is a matter of classes, if the students are on time, actually the lecturers should also be on time to ensure the content is delivered on time, and whatever should be covered in a specific period of time, it is covered. And this applies to all, whereby you might find out that from the first week, when the school resumes, students take longer time to resume back to school. And at the same time, you find out that when now the students are in school, the lecturers are the ones who are late.
Okay, so is this an issue that has been raised? Because I asked about the most common academic complaint raised by students. Have you heard of this issue being raised?
Sure.
That lecturers delay.
Actually, you find out that some students do complain that one of the main reasons why I was caught doing mischievous behavior during an examination is because I was not well prepared for the exam. Why were you not prepared for the exam? The lecturer took longer time to complete their own part, to play their own part. And this comes in where now? Even if the students should be there to learn ahead of the teachers or the lecturers that they are taking them through certain units, it does not justify you take longer time to complete your coursework, or you find out that you have either 14 or something of that sort unit, that is topics you have to address, or the certain level of coursework you should do, and you find out that you have done 8 out of the 14, and you expect to sit for an exam which is comprising of the 14 coursework activity. It will be very hard for the student to tackle that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Can I please talk?
You can.
Thank you. Elijah, when you say at times students do mischievous stuff, maybe in an exam room, is because they haven't completed the coursework. I don't agree with you, because why should someone cheat? This is a university, and we are training to be very competent workers outside there. I think the university, in the student's handbook, gives maybe an outline where under which a student should, what a student should do, not prepared for an exam. Peacefully, you don't sit for that paper. The university gives receipt exams, retake, you can do a supplementary when you feel you are now prepared for a specific unit. And so you can't say that I wasn't taught well, the lecturer didn't manage his oral time well, and now that's the reason why I'm cheating. And again, when you give a yes to maybe students lying, when they say they were unfairly graded, Elijah, that one shows us that you are not prepared to work for students. Because you can't say that a student tells you that he or she was unfairly graded, then you say you are lying. They are not. Honestly, they are not. And you know that such cases do happen. They do exist. And you take a medical course. You take diploma in oral health. And also take a medical related course. And you know, sciatic nerve will never change. It will be sciatic nerve every day, right? Sure. And when a question wanted an answer to be given as sciatic nerve, it will be sciatic. And so when I wrote sciatic and I was given wrong, and that one led to maybe unfair grading, Elijah, you can't say that a student is lying. So it is very right to say, to give a yes when you are asked that students do lie when they say that they were unfairly graded. Thank you.
All right, let me correct you. When it comes to matters grading, let me not dwell on that much. But what I will simply tell you is maybe the reason to why you may not actually justify my comment is you are not part of the class reps. So most of the matters you don't address them, because having served in the as a student, having served as a class rep, most of the students approach me with challenges, and all these challenges I do address them. When you come to me with an issue concerning the grades, I will have to follow up as a class rep. And that simply means I'll have to give all my time and attention to ensure at least these students get the best services. And when we talk of the best services, we'll also address the matter of the maybe lower grading. And in some cases, you find out that actually you just wanted something which is greater than what you gave. But that one does not mean that I am not ready to serve the students. One, whenever there is an issue, it should be addressed according to the weight of it.
Okay.
And I believe everyone can justify that. It is actually not very easy for each and every comrade to enter into the examinations center or to the exam department. You have to follow a certain order to ensure you get services from there. Whereby, as students, you find out that once the students bring their complaints to the class reps, these complaints are taken to the department. From there, you can follow up throughout the events to ensure that the students get justice. And this one does not justify that the students should actually participate in malpractices, because your role as a student is to ensure that you take the shortest time and the best time of your life here in campus to ensure that you deliver to yourself and to your inner self. Meaning, you should be true to you, to what you do. You should be true to what you do, and to ensure that you have given the best. Because as a medical practitioner, actually, I would like to be trained to be the best and to become the best. And the only way this can happen, it is through ensuring that I do what is right, either for me or for the people out there, because I will be handling lives. Meaning, when we come to the practical part of it, you cannot actually defend what is impossible to defend. And what is right for the comrades, it should be addressed in the right manner. Because if an issue comes to me as an academic minister concerning students either having problems with malpractices, yes, I will have to address, but that one does not mean I have to justify that cheating or participating in exam malpractice is right. Thank you.
Okay, Clinton, do you remember the question? Okay.
The academic complaint that has been there is the issue to do with online examinations system, whereby the students are being locked out and side things. It happens normally when the system is overloaded or side things.
Okay.
Because every machine or every system is not 100% efficient. We all know that. So what I will address, how I will address this is simply through the through liaising with the MIS to create awareness or to inform us when there is an online breakdown or any day they are working on the online system, so that the students cannot.
Sorry, allow me to cut you short. They usually give out dates. I mean, if you're doing an online exam, they usually give a release and then you book your exams on particular days. So I'm assuming on the particular days that you're allowed to book for exams, there shouldn't be any, what is it called? They shouldn't be working on the systems. They shouldn't be doing maintenance on the systems. So how is that going to help solve this particular problem of, the systems shutting down or logging you out during the online exams?
Okay, when the system is overloaded, there is a breakdown, and when there is a breakdown, you cannot tell me that because this was a period whereby the students are supposed to do their exams, there is no maintenance going on there. So,
Pardon?
I'm saying when the students are doing their online exams or cards, there is an overloading, or many students are looking in because we have over 10,000 students. So tell me, if at a certain time, more than 5,000 students have logged in, meaning there will be a system overloading and the system will break down, meaning there is a need for maintaining the system. So by then, if there is such a breakdown, the MIS should inform the students or the student council that there is a breakdown and we are working on it.
The students were informed. I remember like the previous semester I was supposed to do my exams, and during that period that they had given out, the systems had a problem and they gave out another date for people to book their exams, but there was still a problem. So how are you trying to deal with this issue then?
Okay, the issue to do with that, the solution to that is by requesting the administration, if there is other activities going on with the online system, let them, if it's not urgent, let them stop others, then the examination can continue. For instance, it normally happens, for instance, during elections, we are going to elections. They normally tells us that the system that are going to work will be the elections and the finance systems. Same case to when we are doing exams. If they can do the same thing to the students, let them do.
Okay, you had something to say, Mbai?
Well, when addressing this matter of online systems and the exam, yes, the system has been there with a very huge issue actually, whereby you find out that whenever there are examinations, you find that either when you have booked for the exams, the system is always dragging. And I believe we don't use the same system when we talk of the OES and the VLMS thing. VLMS, Virtual Learning Management System, where that is where we do our cuts. And for the online examination, we take them on OES, meaning they are managed differently, but from one server. So I believe during these examination periods, the institution, if it has the institution actually, because it has managed to go to the digital world now, it should ensure that the system itself, that is the online examination system, function in totality to ensure that whenever comrades or the students come in accessing these exams, they should not face challenges. That is, when we talk of, currently when we talk of, for example, we have booked an exam in a certain day because actually we are given almost a week.
Yes.
And you will find out that not every student will book the exams on the same day. But let the system or those managing the system ensure that every student who has booked an exam in a certain period of time gets the best services they would imagine, they would require, they would admire. Because through that, it is giving them assurance that they will get the best grades they deserve, and they will actually be proud of themselves when they come out of that exam. Because yes, you take your 2 hours, 30 minutes to do exams, but during this time, there's a lot of tension actually, because you never know when the system is going to be adjusted. At that time, all the services actually should be in favor of the students during the examination period, because that is the time they are shaping themselves. That is the time they are actually doing what matters to them, meaning they should be given all the entire priorities to ensure that they have given the best of themselves. Thank you.
Okay, so I believe the conversations are going on swiftly, and I hope that you are interacting with us throughout our comment sections, and I hope that we are responding to the questions you would love to be asked. Now, do not go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We are going on a very brief commercial break, and after that, we will be back to proceed with the questions, to also have questions from the live audience. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. These are the Mkusa debates, the academic minister docket. I hope, like I said, that we're responding to the questions that you would love to be answered by them. Keep on sending in your questions. And also, do not forget that we have a live audience that will ask their questions later on. And we also have the Election Commission here with us, and they'll also address you as we proceed with the debates. Okay. So, let us talk matters delayed results and missing marks. There have been complaints of such as well. Which formal mechanisms will you use to make the lecturers accountable?
Thank you. Delayed results and?
Missing marks.
Delayed results and missing marks. So, I think when I start with missing marks, it's something that is very easy to tackle, because when a mark is missing, maybe for a student, we have references, and we can refer to the booklets, number one, because these things are, I said earlier, they are kept for long enough.
Okay.
And that is number one. Number two, delayed results. The school also has timeline of maybe releasing results. Like now, the last semester results will be released on Friday, probably. So when maybe timeline that is placed by the school now surpasses, because we also should be very patient with the administration so that there is no any mistake that happens. So when maybe that timeline passes, that's where now student leaders can now chip in. We should now go and now lobby for the release of the results. But if we put too much pressure on the administration, that's where the mistake happens. Because when maybe administration gives a timeline, they know that by then there will be no any mistake. So they should be released on time. That is always outlined by the administration. Sure.
Bye.
Thank you so much. This is a matter that has been there, and it actually needs to be addressed accordingly, whereby you find out that sometimes whenever the results are out, there are a lot of people who are complaining of missing marks. And this is as a result of, it may come as a result of poor resources, or let me say poor management from the very department. One, from the period of exam end dates to the period of exam release, the institution should be ready and should ensure that each and every student actually receives their own results. And by this I mean, for example, for the diploma students, they do take an exam 2 weeks earlier. And from there, the degrees can begin their own exam. They can do their own exams. And through that, you find out that the diploma have a whole month at home, or 2 months, actually. Almost 2 months.
It doesn't.
1 month, 2 weeks, it's almost, actually. It's a very long time to say that after the exam release, that there are mistakes that will be there. It means whenever all these activities are going on, that is the exam marking, the school should be there to acquire enough manpower to ensure that exams are marked on time and they are marked appropriately. Whenever installing or whenever uploading the results into the system, they should be installed with accuracy, ensuring that each and every student results have been keyed in the system, such that during the time the results are being released to the students, everyone is capable to receive and see what they have been working for, what they have actually been looking forward to for the various months they have been here. Therefore, I would simply say that it's a matter of using the time correctly and using the resources that are there in the appropriate manner.
Clinton, same question.
Okay, the issue to do with delayed results, I think there is no one to be blamed there because the administration is also working on the marking, which is a process. The keying in of the results is also a process. So there is no one to be blamed there because that is a procedural thing and it has to take time. So the students have to be patient until that timeline the institution has placed lapses. So another question we have asked is the issue to do with the missing marks. The missing marks, I think they are reference materials whereby we can use to ascertain that indeed there is a missing mark here, and where there is no missing mark, we can also ascertain so. Because when the students are doing the exams, there is a papers whereby the students are updating their details, their names, registration numbers, the time they signed in and the time they signed out of the examination room. So, and before doing so, before signing out, they only sign out immediately they are handing over their papers. So there is no way there will be a missing mark when such procedures are followed. But if in a case there is a missing mark, the formal ways are always followed, and it has been communicated by the administration within the first 2 weeks after the release of the exams, whereby if a student is complaining of the downgrading, let them apply for the remarking form and pay 1,000 shillings for remarking. If there is a missing mark, they are going to HOD and inquire the same so that they can follow in the reference material they wrote in the examination room. So I don't think so there is a much issue to do with missing marks.
You have something to say?
Sure.
Okay, Mbaye and then Opere.
All right. So when we talk of the issue of missing mark and this is something that has always been there. Students have been complaining, and it is not a matter that should not be addressed accordingly as per now. Reason, sometimes you find out that even these timelines that you have been given to come and claim your results, you might find out that yes, you have complained, and it will take even much longer time to ensure that the results have been uploaded into the system. That's why I would insist that during the time of marking of the exams and during this time of exam release, the examination board that is there should be ready and should have enough manpower to ensure that whenever the results are being keyed in, every student's results have been confirmed, and they are sure by the time any other students logs in into the system, each student gets their results. If there is a mistake that the exams are not in the system, that one, we cannot say that we want to blame anybody, because it is the right of the students to receive their results on time whenever they have been released. And by that time, everyone is always anxious, waiting. And all that can be addressed through the office of the exam, that is the exam department. And on that note, let's always be ready if such scenarios come, because actually most of the people who go through a lot are the class reps. For you to understand what missing mark means, you should have been a class rep here in MKU. It means it will take a lot of time for you guys to understand what it really what it really means to have missing marks for your class members. Thank you.
Opere?
Thank you. I just want to tell Elijah that there are leaders without portfolio and there are leaders without an office. You don't have to be a class rep to understand these things. We are in the university and we are being affected directly by these things. We know the system. We have missing marks at times. And so you can't tell me you have to be a class rep and that one is what makes you to understand what a missing mark is. There are leaders without portfolio. There are leaders without an office. And that's why I said initially, we are for and by the people. And that's now the reason why we are seeking these offices, so that at least we can have an office that is physical, that now someone can have a place to go voice his or her complaint. And again, to correct Clinton, when you say there is no one to blame on the issue of missing marks, or delayed results, sorry, if we can't blame the administration, ours is to sit for the exams, prepare and sit for the exams, and now wait for the release of the results. And so, not everyone here, and even, of course, we are being paid for school fees. Even if we paid, at times, some of us paid by ourselves, but some of us are sponsored by organizations. Some of us are sponsored by our parents. Parents are anxiously waiting for these results. They even know, because we've given them the dates when the results are to be out. So if you say, if maybe results are delayed by the administration, it is the administration that now we have to blame, because already they gave us the calendar of events, how things will happen through a semester or a term. So when they delay in releasing the results, you can't say there is no one to blame there. We have to blame the administration. It is their work to make sure the results are released on and in time.
Okay, so like I had mentioned earlier, we have a live audience and we also have the election commission here with us. So it is about that time. You will be given a microphone. Once you have it, you introduce yourself and then you give your question.
Thank you so much. My name is Nderitu Muraguri Victor. I have one question that maybe you'd like to know, that where should student academic leadership end and institutional authority begin?
Should he come again?
You are talking about a topic of lecturers, student leadership, and I wanted to know, where should student academic leadership end and now the institutional authority begin?
Thank you. Student leadership should now end, I think, at the Senate, because even at the Senate, at times students do sit there, and these are student leaders. And so, now, when now decisions are being made, they are made according to what was said in the Senate, because now that is when now the institution should take over. So they should now discuss that this and this happened in the Senate, because of course things have come a long way from the students themselves. We have gone up to the Senate, the University Senate. Problems have been discussed there, and now a solution is to be made. Of course, grievances have been maybe fronted, and we have discussed, and we have maybe put forward what we want for the students, because we are being sent by them. So now when now decisions are to be made that affect such problems, now that's when the administration comes in. You get?
Bye.
Well, thank you so much. First of all, each and every student has a right to access the best services they would admire. And when we talk of leadership and the level, the extent one can get to, I think and I believe we are all entitled, so long as you use the right procedure, you can get into the highest level. Beyond the Senate, there is actually another office which is higher than that. And through the student body, it is possible to access there. It means whenever you are addressing an issue, it has not been solved, it is easy to appeal. And once you have done that, it does not mean it is your end. There is always a second chance for everything. Thank you.
Clinton, pass him the mic.
Okay, thank you. Of course, this is an institution, and there is a policy limit for everything. So the authority of students, leaders, I think the work of student leaders is to preach to become bridge between the students and the administration. So that is their role, and that is their authority. And if that is their authority, what if there is a delayed justice to the students? There is always a representation in the university senate. So what a student leader can do is to represent the students, so that represent the students in the university senate, so that the justice can be done to the students, while also following the institutions rules and regulations, because there is always a policy limit that governs everything that we do as student leaders.
When, just to give a little maybe insight on what has been said by my colleague Elijah, when you say that there is an office that is higher than the Senate, I know that one exists. But if everyone can be going to that office, then we should not be elected. We should not be elected. And because if someone is to go, let me just give, if someone is to go to the VC's office, all the students have to go to the VC's office, then there is no need of maybe having hierarchy in an institution, because we are too many to be handled by one person, and that's why there is hierarchy. You link the student's body to the administration. You link the student's body to the administration. And now, the person that you report to the person above him. And it goes like that. And me, I said, because the person who fronted the question asked that's where should the student's action stop and where should the administration take over. I said students will go as far as going to the Senate. That is very far. So from there, that is when the administration takes over. And when all the students are to be acted, when all the problems of the student are to be acted upon by that highest office you are talking about, then there is no need of us being elected. You don't understand why we should be elected, because we are the people who should act as the link between the students and those higher offices. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and I will just urge that we be conversant with our role in the Mkusa Constitution. I guess it's still stipulated there. Now, number 2 of my question is about the how do we prevent favorism in academic opportunities. For instance, one school has 2 or 3 academic trips and another school doesn't have any.
Thank you so much. Let me actually give you a response to that, and with an example. In the previous year, there has been, and there were very many trips that have been planned. And you find out that there are some schools actually whom they have been here for more than 2 years without having even a single trip. First of all, is whenever there is a trip that has been organized, any academic trip, at least each and every department, each and every school should be allocated their own. For example, let's use medical school as an example. During the 3 semesters that the students are always in school, we can actually divide the schools. There are 12 schools. If there are 12 schools in the institution, everyone has a chance of going to a trip. And the only way you can do this is ensuring that you first of all conduct a very good and a thorough research through the school reps. They give you their own problems. They give you their own challenges. That is, if it's, for example, you have used trips as the best thing.
Mbaye, sorry to cut you short, but we are going round in circles, not actually answering the question. Kindly come up again. What was the question?
My question was, how do we prevent favorism in academic opportunities?
Exactly.
I just cited academic trips. I would also cite internship attachments, but I cited academic trips.
That was an example.
Yes.
So we are talking about the general, academic opportunities. So kindly direct to the point.
Thank you. This one, it can all come by first understanding the challenges the students are going through. You cannot actually tell which and which
You've been given
department.
the challenge, you understand what they're going through.
Yes.
Now, how do you actually ensure that there is equity in the academic opportunities?
Thank you. For example, in the office of the academic secretary, there is the committee. There is a subcommittee that is there. This subcommittee, it is there to ensure that students get the best services they would deserve. Through this academic committee, you can actually be able to address all the issues the comrades, the students are going through. That is, for example, there is an issue of fees that has been going on. You find out that,
Kindly let us answer the question that has been asked so that we do not waste time, please. Like directly, please. Or has he answered the question?
Not really. I'm trying, maybe he's not trying to get it well. Now, favorism means that I'm relying on one side so much than the other sides. Now, my question is, how can we prevent this favorism in academic opportunities, given that we are vying for an academic docket?
OPERE, same question. Thank you. I think there is the very reason why we have school reps. Like now, for example, trip. Let me talk about trip. We should always sit down with the school reps and look at the school calendar with them and decide which dates are very favorable for a specific school, maybe medical school, which has 12 courses. We can sit down with them and now check the academic calendar, because at times going for academic trip doesn't favor the calendar of events in that school. So we can sit down with them, talk, and if it favors them, well and good. And at the same time, for trip, that's why you see the school is trying to diverse on even having specific buses branded specific schools. Like now, School of Nursing. Currently, they even have up to 4 buses, 3, if I'm not wrong. So if a School of Nursing wants to go for a trip, they know they have a bus of their own, up to 3, up to 4, by the way. They will just...
OPERE also, sorry to cut you short.
Sure.
We are talking about trips. They are very many, I mean, academic opportunities.
Sure.
So let us talk about all the academic opportunities, inclusive of, attachments, internship programs, all those things, like crown them all under academic opportunities and respond to the question in general.
What we need to do is to strengthen our alumni network. We just need to strengthen our alumni network, because when one graduates, he or she should be my working connection. Yes, so we can strengthen our alumni network such that when someone needs an attachment or even an internship opportunity, we just place their names, and maybe in the companies where our alumni are, we can get such opportunities. So that is it.
Okay, Clinton, same question.
Okay. Just like my good friend Opere said, there is calendar of events that is being done within the institution in every academic calendar. So if every school rep is aware of the events that are going on in every semester, for instance, the academic minister is a consumer of raw information. So if a certain school has not had certain activities, for instance, academic advisory forums, such things I will address, or I will pass the information to the dean of students, to the administration, for instance. That is what I will do.
If you are not informed, I believe that you're supposed to be aware also as an academic minister of the activities going on in all the different schools that we have in the institution, right? What if the school representative does not inform you of their calendar of events? It is up to you, I believe, that when you're drafting the events that you want to oversee in all the schools, you do it equitably, right? So I respond in regards to that, like equality in academic opportunities in the different schools. How do you intend to do this?
Okay, just like I said that the academic minister is a consumer of raw information. I cannot overdo in certain department than others, because there is meetings that is conducted or that is being chaired by academic minister every semester. So by then we shall be reviewing the academic events that is being done within the institution. So if certain class rep or school rep raises a concern that why have we not done this in our institution, that is now a time that I can do that. And as a planner of such events, I will also be checking on my records that I've done in this school, so I'm supposed to do in the next school or department. That is what I will do.
Okay. Next question.
Hello, everyone. I am Mary Simpros. I've got 2 questions. We know that academics is beyond books, right? because if we only work with only books, at times when we go out, we'll be limited. I have two questions when it comes to academics beyond classwork and everything. I want to ask the strategy that you guys are going to... First, do you believe in clubs?
Yes.
Okay. What is the strategy that you're going to put in place to ensure that clubs are being supported? All clubs are being supported, and you'll work closely with clubs when it comes to uplifting in academics, because through the clubs in MKU, we see that they encourage employment creators rather than employment seekers. And what are you going to do to ensure that MKU is not just beyond us studying to become employed and everything? We are going to be job creators rather than job seekers, because right now I can't lie, because we are going to a diverse economy outside here. We ought to be creators rather than waiting to being employed, because one thing that gives also the students what really tampers with our mental health is the fact that we finish our degree, you have fully passed your degree, you have your first class honors, but you're still going to seek for a job. What are the strategies you're going to employ so that we can be able to create our own job opportunities rather than being job seekers out here?
Ask both questions.
And also the other, as an advocate, it will be really wrong of me if I don't ask that, if I don't ask this. I have heard all of you have great insights and everything, but I've not heard you mention something about the persons with disability. What are you going to do so that they can be able to feel that they're also included when it comes to academics? Because they really also face a lot of challenges when it comes to the academic part, because we have the blind students trying to access the classes, the brailles. We know that the brailles at times it's really uncomfortable when it comes to the other students in class because it's too loud. If you have ever had a class with a person with disability, especially the blind, you'll know that the braille really, it's too loud. What are the strategies that you're going to employ so that also the persons with disability can able to feel that they're being fought for in your office when you get that office? Thank you.
Clinton?
Okay, to start.
And kindly let us keep it short, go straight to the point.
Okay, to start with your first question, whereby we are not measuring on books only, but also in creating or in producing all-rounded students within the institution. So what I will do in every event that we do, we invite the partnership from the scholars or the entrepreneurs outside there, because there are companies which can be connected to the students directly. For instance, if there is an event for the nursing students, for instance, so I would invite the officials in the Ministry of Health in our country, so that they can also inform the students that there are these opportunities and these opportunities. We can do this and this. By then, we shall be building a very long connections, and we shall be opening our minds as students also, because I'm still a student also. Your second question is about the factoring in of the grievances of the students with disabilities. What I shall do is to note down or to put on records that there are some students doing these courses or doing this and this, and such students, if they are doing certain activity, let them have an assistance, because every student has got a requirement to be assisted on. For because I am an advocate of students also. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you so much. When we talk of other co-curricular activities beyond classroom setup, first of all, I'll encourage the students to be very active, actually, in the clubs. Personally, I am a member of more than 4 clubs in this institution, meaning these are places where you have been given opportunities to grow yourself. For example, I will use Ajira as one of them. Ajira Kenya, which is part of our clubs here, offers different courses within speculated time, whereby you will find out that there are some weeks they do offer courses like website development. They'll be training people on how to trade. They will be training people on how to do graphic designs. It means each and if we as the students are able to participate in such a club or in such clubs actively, by the end of the day, you won't be there to search for a job after you have graduated. You will be already having a first-hand skill that will be your employer. Secondly, as a member of the club and as an advocate of the same.
I believe you have responded to some extent to the first question. Respond to the second question, please.
Thank you. When we talk of people with disabilities, people abled differently should be treated with a certain form of respect. And each and every student who is there with an issue, with a disability, first of all, it's not their fault to be in such a condition. Therefore, they should be the first people to be prioritized. And by this, for example, if there is a class going on here at FLT, I am 100% sure a student able differently using a wheelchair won't be able to access the same building. If there is a unit they are taking at MLT from first floor, they won't be able to access their classes.
So what will you do differently?
Meaning, the office of the academic minister should collaborate with the institution to ensure at least whenever, if at all it's not possible for the school to install lifts for them, if it is not possible for the school to install lifts for them, their classes should be in designated areas where they will be able to always access the best. Thank you.
Okay, Opere.
Thank you. Answering the first question, I think what should be done, to avoid students being job seekers instead of being job creators, the university should empower them through funds, like now clubs. Am I audible enough?
You mixed up our words.
We are talking about students being job
Seeker.
creators.
Creators, not seekers.
We because
Okay,
when we
oh.
say about being job seekers,
I get you.
you get me? Okay.
Yes.
thank you.
So what I said, I think I just answered it correctly. The university should empower students through research. University should promote research stuff more than the theoretical learning. That one is applicable. And again, clubs should be given funds so that they can put in practicality what they have been maybe organizing through the semester. Through that, they can create jobs after maybe students have graduated from MKU. And again, answering the second question, No, sorry. In the first question, and again, you said that we should not only sit in class and bookworm all the time. What should happen? It's my responsibility to liaise with the 6 offices, other offices, Office of the Entertainment Minister, the sports and such stuff, so that we can even see how students can learn even apart from sitting in class, even through maybe enjoying. You get, they learn. Through playing, they learn. It's not only sitting in class and bookworming. So it's my responsibility to liaise with the other 6 officers to see how well they can learn. And again, answering the second question, the university, when they were constructing most of the buildings in this school, only 3 buildings. That is the that is the city building. I think the auditorium and the alumni can be accessed by people on wheelchairs because there are lifts installed in those buildings. But now, what if there is a power breakdown? There's a power loss. When these buildings are being constructed, they should put in consideration ramps that are being used by students in wheelchairs. Because if we say that we are going to put classes at different points, that one's for maybe students with disabilities, that one shows that we are trying to exclude them from us who are not enabled differently. So it's upon the institution when constructing buildings to recruit or to tell the architects who are designing the buildings to put into consideration that the university is a diverse institution. Thank you.
Next question.
Okay. Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Emmanuel. I have this goes to us all the aspirants now. Now on the issue of the digital and everything, and the university is now transiting more and to digital and the new systems that are coming. So what are some of the initiatives that you will prioritize to boost on research and the output of innovation?
Thank you. So I said earlier that we should lobby for research funds. We should just lobby for research funds because there is no any research. It's very difficult to conduct a research in an institution without a fund. So one thing that should happen, we need to lobby for research fund. If maybe someone has written a proposal paper and it's making sense and it's something that can take the institution higher, you just lobby for a research fund. You liaise with the Office of the Academics Minister so that you can be funded, and through that you can even create a job. Thank you.
Bundi.
Thank you. So, as the institution is transitioning to the digital world, first of all, I am pretty sure that most of us are not illiterate, and we are all towards getting to that point where we understand better, and through this is, for example, I'll use clubs as one of the ways to promote in this transition. You'll find out that various clubs always do have activities, and these activities, they are there and they do give students chances to express and to showcase what they have, to showcase what is best, and also to train others who are willing to get these skills. So during these times, yes, it's possible for the school to ensure and to put in place and to allocate some support. Like, for example, right now, the clubs do not receive any kind of support in terms of funds. They always do fund their own events. They do fund their own activities. Just last week, we had an event at Moi Kibaki Convention Center. The only thing that we could receive as students is a chance to put our posters, but everything else we are there to be accountable of. We accommodate ourselves. Meaning, if the students are given a chance, if they have certain events, let them be facilitated. Through that, we can empower them. We can also promote the creativity and the innovation within ourselves and the institution at large. Thank you.
Clinton?
Okay. Thank you. If I'm not wrong, the question is about the research and
The question is, what initiatives will you prioritize to boost research and innovation?
okay, we are in a digital era, and every activity has got a digital thing or a part of it. The initiatives that I'm going to take is that if there is an initiative that has been done by the institution, I'll be the first one to create awareness to the students so that such students can seize such opportunities. For instance, if there is new resources that has been installed within the institution, the digital ones, I'll be there to inform the students that such things are there, and let's use them. Let's seize such opportunities for the benefit of us. Thank you.
Next question.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Okay, my name is Chipto Calvin, and I have a question. How will you ensure that students finish school on time? Because we have seen students whose coursework take 3 years, but they joined on 2018, but they are still in school till now. How will you ensure they finish school on time?
If the reason why they are not graduating on time is not related to fees, then you mean that it's now academic related, right? Yes. So if it is not fee related, what can happen when maybe a semester gets done and maybe results are out? One thing that should be done, one thing that always happens, that maybe for courses like maybe like actuarial science specifically, it's a course that when a student doesn't take a specific unit, and maybe for that specific unit to be on offer will really take a lot of time, and maybe their system is always revised and courses are always replaced. So you find a student takes long time. So what happens in such a case? That's why I'm elected. And when such a student reports such a case, I'm supposed to go to the COD and even the HOD and lobby for unit replacement, a unit that has the same content as the one that was maybe erased from the system. You get? So such cases, when they happen, and at the same time, when a semester gets done, there should be an audit every semester, by the way. You can see it and even ask the student, how was the semester? What were the problems? And how can we solve these problems before we get into the next semester so that we don't carry problems forward? Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you so much. Uh, Students face a lot of challenges, and sometimes you have to first of all sit with students so that you can understand some of the causes of why they have not graduated on time and they have taken longer time. If it's fee related, as per now, there is an initiative that I have been working on and I've been planning for the comrades. If elected today, I can simply tell them that there is hope for students to learn if it's matters fee related, whereby there is this forum called Okwa Comrade Initiative. The Okwa Comrade Initiative is there to educate students who have taken more time in school and they have and other students who are facing more challenges, especially when it comes to paying fees. This initiative, it is to be lobbied and to be worked on by the Office of the Academic Minister to ensure at least we educate a minimum of 100 students within the next 2 semesters. That is, if one has been facing a challenge of fees, you will sometimes you might share their own performers that have been cited by the dean, but you will find out that people won't respond because at that very specific time, for example, during these times of campaigns, students opt to ignore a lot of things, especially when it comes to group matters. So this is now where this initiative comes in. Through the community, the institution, and the management, we organize a fund drive.
Okay.
And through this fund drive, we'll be able to at least invite leaders within the county and outside to come and help us educate and help us, the students who are stuck within the institution.
Bye, that is okay. We've gotten your point on that. What if the issue is not fee related?
If the issue is not fee related, now this is where we as students need to understand. Sometimes you may find out that you have been in school throughout. And there are those who don't actually attend classes throughout. Mm-hmm. I would encourage them to always be there whenever there is anything that concerns their activities. Be available as a student. Be responsible. And by that, when you have a lot of spillover units, you will find out that at some point, you will be trying to register for special examinations, and there is a maximum level where you will be required to take the unit afresh. And maybe you might find the system or the school that you are in has changed a certain unit and you are to take it. Then that is where now I come in as the academic minister, because if you have faced such a challenge, I'll have to ensure that the very unit that you were to take, it has been brought back into the system, it has been installed, and to ensure that once you register, you get...
Is that doable?
Very doable.
How? How do you intend to go about it?
Well,
OPERE, do you think it's doable?
Mbai went out of his way and spoke a lot of words such that I didn't even get much of what he said. So what did Mbai...
He talked about bringing back units that are not on offer.
By that one cannot happen, because bringing back a unit that is not on offer, these units are always not on offer because maybe students that are to take them at that very time doesn't reach that threshold. So there are minimum students to be taught by a lecturer. It's a waste of maybe even manpower on the side of the administration. So it is not. And that's why at specific times of the year, there are some specific units.
On that,
Thank you.
if I may ask, what is the importance of carrying out surveys? OPERE.
Surveys on what?
Especially when it comes to, because as an academic minister, you opt to be carrying out various surveys to ensure that you get the responses from the students on various activities they are supposed to take. So what is the importance of surveys?
Honest, of course, surveys are always conducted to get views of students on specific matters concerning them, maybe negatively or positively. So that's why surveys are conducted. But in a case where you are talking about a unit being brought back, you know, deliberately, these decisions are made to positively affect student and the administration. So that is it. Bye.
Because of time, I'd like for were you done responding to the question?
No, I wasn't.
20 seconds and then Clinton so that we wrap it up.
All right, thank you. When I talk of revamping the units, first of all, you will have to get the responses from the students and also from the department for you to be able to run a certain activity successfully. So that is one of the things that as an academic minister, you should be there, ready to work on. Thank you.
Clinton, same question.
The issue to do with the students not graduating on time. There are many reasons, diverse reasons, why students does not graduate on time. For instance, there are some students who got some job contracts, and many of them actually they do apply for they apply to stop their academics for quite some time so that they will be back by sometimes. But the solution to that, I will advise such students to enroll at virtual learnings and the DeepL learning process. For instance, if there is a teacher, a student teacher.
Clinton, what about the courses that do not offer online lessons, classes, or the bell?
Okay, that was just on a note. That is one of the reasons why there is a delay of graduation to some of the students. That is one of the reasons. Other reasons, maybe it could be the...
OPERE?
Okay. Now, just to add on top of, another answer on the question that was asked, on my course, after we have sat for an exam, we always come back in August if you have failed an exam, if you are not in the pass list, and sit for a supplementary or a special exam that you didn't sit for, meaning you can't proceed to the next academic year with a pending unit. I think this one can apply to the whole school, such that a student should not go to a second year with a unit that he has learned for in class but has not sat for an exam. So, if in any case you have sat for an exam in maybe in that unit and you have failed, you don't have to carry that unit to the next academic year that you will sit for it at a specific time. The school can have a specific time when students have to come back, sit for supplementaries and even special exams, so that, because if you want to tell me a student proceeds to the next academic year with a unit that he or she failed, and the lecturer or the school is not satisfied, and will have to sit for a supplementary or a special exam at a later time, it is not right, because you are not satisfied that he's qualified and now should go to the next level. So I think what can happen in such a case, because if a student keeps on accumulating units, they will not graduate at the very right time. So we should not carry units. University should have a specific time when students are to come back, sit for specials or supplementary exams. Thank you.
Okay, Clinton, carry on.
As I was saying, that there are diverse reasons why certain students delay from graduating. And as I say, that some of the students might have gotten the job contracts and they are going for such jobs, and other reasons might be the school fees. Such issues can be addressed by informing the students that there is a MKU foundation scholarships they can apply. So that is applied in every January, April semester. There is also an opportunity that the students can be informed that they can apply for help loans. They can be assisted by the institution just through the Office of Academic Minister and the Finance Minister. Such things can be communicated to the students, so that we create a good awareness to the students to solve the issue to do with the school fees. There are many reasons, and every reason has got solutions. Thank you.
Okay, we have a final question from?
The final question would come from Kenneth Roya, and my questions will be directed to Clinton and BUNDI. Then I'll give the last question to OPERE in the nick of time.
Okay.
So my question is, Clinton and BUNDI, do you find it in your wisdom or the lack of it, you find yourself competent when you do not attempt questions directly? You tend to drag along. Will you help the students when faced with a crisis or a crisis? How many students will you help when you cannot attempt to questions directly? You jump into conclusions, and you also beat around the bush. And to OPERE, the question is, how would you help curb incompetency? Thank you so much.
I think OPERE should go first, since...
How should I help curb incompetency? In terms of incompetency in related to what, Kenneth?
Incompetency maybe in related to what we are talking about today, in the leadership we have today.
That's why we should be audited well, and I think better rules governing who should and who should not apply for a specific position should be put forward, and so that at least we don't end up with incompetent leaders. And again, there should be thorough audit after a tenure has ended, so that at least, and if in any case we find that there is someone who was not competent enough, I think they should face disciplinary actions, by the way, because a question arose sometimes back that how will we curb maybe embezzlement of funds in the Mkusa Council, because that one does happen. So we should always have audit after an end of a tenure, so that at least we don't subject students to incompetent leaders the next tenure. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you so much, Kenneth. First of all, there is a difference between serving the people and responding to some questions. The other thing is, let me say, once you understand your roles and you worked appropriately according to your rules and regulations that you have been provided with, they are two very different things. Application is very, very important in each and every office or any leadership docket that you hold. So delivering to comrades means a lot. And for sure, I can assure you, according to what I have done so far, for the shortest time that I have been here, even this position of the academic minister, it is very easy to deliver because that is what I am up to. Thank you.
Clinton?
Okay, thank you. To Kenneth Roya. I wonder what could be the measure of competence? Because you say that how are we incompetent that we beat about the bush in answering questions. So what could be the measure of competence? Another question I would like to ask you also, because it's creating, the side question is creating questions. I was trying to suggest that the panelists who approved us that we are qualified to vie for this position, are you trying to say that they never knew that we are competent for it? Because if you are suggesting so that we could be incompetent, that we are tracking the questions about what it could be the measure of competence as per you.
Okay. So now that we're done with the questions from the commission and from our live audience, I will give you each a brief 30 seconds each to address the comrades, sell yourself, and tell them what you will do for them if elected.
Thank you. A very good evening to you all, comrades. This is what I would leave you with. You guys sent me, and I did agree to it to be sent. And I promise not to disappoint you. I will lead well, and I know by Friday next week, the victory will be home. And I repeat again, I won't fail you. Please trust me with your vote. Thank you.
Before you all proceed, I ought to have done this before I gave you this opportunity. So Opere, I'll give it back to you. You'll do what you've just done. If the elections were done today via our live poll, this would have been the results. 45%, let me actually come in ascending order. 5% to none, 23% to Clinton, 27% to Opere, and 45% to Mbai. So as you talk to the people, have this in mind.
Thank you. I believe, as I said, that I've been sent for and by the people. And I said that you guys sent me and I won't fail you. So trust me with your vote. And I believe that at times, these things, it depends with who is watching online. So while giving results, please, because maybe my supporters were not watching online. This thing is being streamed live. So if in any case, my supporters were not online, we can't say that maybe those who are, those could be the results. So thank you, and I ask you again, please stand with me, and I promised you by Friday afternoon, the victory will be home, and I won't fail you. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Good evening, comrades.
30 seconds.
I am by Elijah. I am here for you. I have heard your cry and ready to listen. I can assure you that come next week, the way we have been working, trusting in each other and working together, that is the way to go. And by noon, we shall be there to celebrate together. Cast your vote having this in mind. It is your university, your academics, your minister. I'll always be there for you. Thank you in advance.
Clinton.
Okay. Good evening, majestic comrades. I am Clinton Cheruyot Bate, your aspirant for academics secretary Docket, and I am requesting for your support, your vote. Trust me, because I am a man on a mission to fight for your vision without omission, because I believe that I am a leader who is made to be the seed or answer to our generational problems, especially when we are still the students in this great university. Vote for me, vote for change. Asante sana.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us throughout the day, throughout the debate. I hope that we have been able to answer most, if not all, of the questions that you had for our aspirants to this day, I mean. And continue interacting with us. We will be here even tomorrow for the debates. The debates will still be going on. And thank you very much, the Commission, for being here with us. Thank you, everyone who has made our live interesting and engaged with us on all our platforms. My name is Ayeta Naomi Akinyi. See you all and have a lovely evening.